Hey, Royals, happy lunchtime. Let me tell you, happy Wednesday, happy hump day. Hopefully, you get all the love you deserve. Notice I just said deserve. And let's get right into it because y'all know I'm on a real time schedule today. So, we are going to be starting with episode 26 and ending with episode 29. The reason why we're ending with episode 29 instead of 30 is because 30 is an actual review, so you can go listen to it for yourself because it's a recap of several things or questions people have. I don't got no questions. Y'all can go listen. Go support her. News flash, news update, news report. TikTok. TikTok did the right thing, restored her account, and all of those great things. I think it's phenomenal because, baby, listen, let you find out you had 39 point something million views of your stuff, and not just views, stuff completely watched, and then you don't get paid for it. That's wrong as hell. They know that that woman done blew up their platform. In addition to, earlier I saw when I went back in to review the different episodes, I did see where, okay, perfect, where BMW did a whole little TikTok, and it was like, hey, it had her voice at the beginning saying, I wanted a dark blue BMW with peanut butter seats or whatever she said, the tan ones. And they're like, well, what about this? And then they showed her a different car or whatever. Great that you guys are leveraging off of her. Okay. However, run her car and go on and write that off as marketing, because that's all y'all gonna do. You not some, well, it is a good gesture, but I'm just saying, don't act like she didn't do something for it. She earned that car, baby, because if she said that name 100 times, she said it 150 per episode. So episode 26. Now she is realizing that he is a liar and can prove it, right? So 26 and 27 are loaded as hell. So let me tell you, let's start. In 26, she has now realized that he has never been to California, nor has he gone to San Diego. So she goes and straight asks him, baby, let me tell you what, hey, mommy, let me tell you what an Aquarius is going to do. Once we figure out that you have lied or something is put in our hands that's actually tangible, you got about 5.2 seconds and we're going to ask you about it. We asking to see if you going to can lie. And then if you do, we go from there. Of course, she went in there and asked him, hey, you said you went to San Diego and ain't no record, ain't no record at all. You would think that he realizes she's doing a background check and that she has become, the rose is moved from her eyes. Love is blind is real. Let me tell you how real I know love is blind is. When I weighed significantly more, maybe I'll say the number one day, perhaps not. But when I weighed significantly more, when I look at those pictures versus what I look at now, I'd be like, love is blind as hell, because y'all just really, listen, love is blind. And I love the people in my life for it. Got to start being more honest with people. Hopefully I don't get copyrighted from Senor El Capo in the background. But she tells him, no, it's no record. Like clockwork, boom, he got a lie ready. Oh no, my dad actually paid the school to have me as he called himself a private student. So he's a private student. So she right away, her brain says, how she knows about football. She says, you were a private student, but you also played football. So basically, your family was able to negate the NCAA requirements that you have to, give a roster and all of those things, because he said the school could not say his name. If that's the case, how did you play on a football team? So remember I said that earlier? I didn't know the rules or anything like that you had to post them. I just figured if you're in pictures, they're doing when they do the recaps of everything and all that other stuff, they have to say who made the touchdown, who made the block, who did all of these things. So that's the perspective I was thinking from it. But I didn't know you actually have to post the roster. It does have to include everybody and all of those things. So she asked him about that. And now instead of answering is, well, what exactly are you getting at? What are you doing? Like he's trying to figure out what she's doing or whatever. She, of course, don't give no additional information because that's not what this is about. This is around May, and he is now in the guest room because his leg is declining. So it's getting so bad that the pain medication that she got from her procedure, he's starting to take that medicine because he's saying that he's going to the doctor, and the doctor is saying, oh, just ice it up. One thing for certain, and two things for sure. Child, what they gonna try to do is anytime you get an injury, they trying to give you damn medication. I had back problems for 18 years before I actually took something, because it got that bad when I started to not be able to walk right before my back surgery. But they try to shove medicine down your throat. My recommendation to anybody is if there's anything you can do other than take medicine, don't take it, because it takes the pain off, um, just a little bit, but I won't say it's not worth it, because some people with a chronic injury, you do need it. But his health was getting bad. So now at this point, they're even in separate rooms because he's moving so much during the night that they cannot sleep in the same bed. I get that, because there are several nights, with me and my husband, that I would get up and get on the floor because I knew that I was tossing and turning, and he had to be up so early. Plus, the floor felt better to my back. So there's certain things that you do when you have injuries. So not a big deal there, but she's explaining how she's getting more time on her hands and also being able to start looking up things in the home. So she's in one room and he's in another. So she knows he's not going to come in there or nothing like that because his pain is so bad. He's basically starting to be reliant on her, but he's still going to work like clockwork, right? So when you talk about what somebody looks like and the different shit that they could do that'll make you be like, oh, they're a deadbeat, or oh, they're not doing X, Y, and Z. One thing about him, he was going to go to work. And we got to pray for our people with mental conditions that need medication to be regular. So he calls her one day from work. Now, this is where the shit goes wild again. He calls her from work one day saying that the stepson has called. He has found his sister unalived, and it was due to COVID. He calls her to tell her that, but then also to say, hey, is it okay with you if I send the mom $2,000 to help with the services, whatever, like that? What person wouldn't say yes? I would say yes. I would say yes if he said five. I would say yes if he said half. If in my brain he truly considered that girl, like, not that girl, his daughter, as his daughter, whether it's biological or not, that's just not the way that Black families work. So I don't see an issue with that at all. I don't think that anybody would tell stories about being unalive and to call me at work with it. Like, no, I wouldn't think that. The first thing that I would say is yes. If he wanted to go to, supposedly she in California, if he wanted to go out there and help her, I just, listen, it's I understand that people have insecurities. I understand that there's certain things you should cut off, but then I'm also a woman. I'm also human. I'm also a Christian. I'm also a normal person raised in a family where it is, Chad, our family is locked and loaded. We have men in our family that have children that are not their children. The mama done left and left them with the kids. And guess what? You would never even know it because it doesn't matter. We have some people with last names that's our family. So nothing wrong there. Reason why I spent a little bit of time on that is because people is making TikToks like, oh, you so stupid, you the one that paid for that, blah, blah, blah. No, it's that they discussed, which a lot of people do when you have money together. If you're going to do anything over X amount of dollars, theirs was 500. That's usually the soft spot. Anything over 500, we'll discuss it, and we make this agreement together. Well, they made the agreement together, and she said yes, of course, right? So no problem there. Episode 27, she tries to find the ex-wife because the friend, baby, it ain't nothing like a friend. A good friend. Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again. Okay, Golden Girls. So she tried to find the ex-wife via social media because she knew the name of the wife. She tried to find her, couldn't find her on social media, but she went and found, one day she was at work and she looked up through regular court records the proper way. She looked up to see when the divorce was. She couldn't find anything in California, nothing like that. Something made her do Georgia. It came up. She was able to find the divorce records, or a divorce, but in order to get the full information, she had to do it in person. When you do background checks on people and you want the exact image or whatever it is like that, you do have to go in person because you have to validate who you are, and they're trying to keep it as safe as possible. They probably think who in their right mind will walk into a government building and do X, Y, and Z, knowing that, you could be in trouble. Everybody, plenty of people. Go try to find my marriage. You cannot find it. I did it for that reason. It's none of your damn business. That's crazy to me. But we did get enough copies that if anything happened, they're in a safe somewhere. And you don't tell people where your records are either. Just like you shouldn't really tell people who's the beneficiary. Stick a pin right there. That's something to know. I learned that from the HR field. So she found the record. She leaves work. She goes straight down there, right? Because once something is hot, it's hot, baby. You can't sit. Okay, you got to go. I gotta leave work. I got something to do. So she goes up there. She gets the information, and it says that he filed the paperwork to not even pay for the divorce, which that means I don't have the money to pay for this, but this is something that needs to be done. I believe she's the one that filed, but you still have to pay. Both of you have to pay. They both filed something that said that they could not pay. She did not ask for a damn dime from him because he didn't have a damn dime. So his story about, oh, my ex-wife tried to take my money, and that's why I don't like showing this offshore account. I told y'all it wasn't true, because if it was truly in California, you ain't got to show shit. They're going to find it. You want to know why California is a little bit harder? Duh, newsflash. All the celebrities that live here and the dirty work that they do, which, by the way, let me tell y'all want to know the people that don't pay their child support the most? It's actually celebrities. I had a friend in my 20s that worked in child support in, never mind, that worked in child support, and the most people that was on her roster of people that could not get to pay child support was football players. Isn't that crazy? Y'all got all this money and y'all don't want to take care of y'all kids. So it was very interesting when reality shows started coming up. Yeah, because I knew them people wasn't really doing it. But I couldn't give up my source. It's amazing how some of us could go viral with all the shit we know. But the attachment to it, just, you got to have some integrity, baby, because how you live is how you will go out. And I could see a little bit of that in a different light in Wendy Williams, only because she said it. She said, I don't have any friends. I don't have anybody that just wants to pull up, which Black China did. Shout out to Black China. But think about all the different things we do in our life. These things have been really good eye openers to start really examining what you say about yourself when you are a good person to the best of your knowledge, but then when you learn something new, you can apply it, right? You learn better, you do better. I actually thought about that for quite some time. Like, I always wonder, what are you going to do at the end when you don't have any friends? Because you outed all these people and talked about what they've done, um, to the tune of really hurting some people. I always thought about that. So be careful. And you see, Legions is coming back to get him. So I'm just saying. So she goes back to her office after finding this information out, and she's telling her best friend at work, and her best friend is like, "Oh, on the paperwork, it had the address, it had her name, the old address, and an old phone number. 50-50 gamble that this phone number will still work, right?" So she goes back to the office and she's telling her best friend, and her best friend is like, "Girl, call that number. The best person to tell you about somebody is the person that they've been with," right? Now, obviously, in that, you got to be a little careful. But even in a hurt truth, there's some truth. You take out the parts where they be like, "That low down, dirty dog ass son of a bitch kiss." Yeah, that part, take it out. But when they say low down and dirty, you be like, what was you low down and dirty about? I'm just saying. You got to pay attention. So, episode 28. Baby, she called the ex-wife. Let me tell you, shout out to the ex-wife, because baby, you was a whole ass woman. That's what you supposed to be like. The first thing she did was laugh like, huh, how did you find me? Apparently everybody could find her. Bless her heart. Because the girlfriend before he married Rissa found her as well to ask questions. Child, she like, it must be bad if you reached out to me. Everything he says, if anything he's told you, consider it a lie. But what she did do was she said, don't feel bad. He is a professional liar, a professional manipulator. As soon as I identified it, how bad it was, I got out of there too. Um, she said, what did he promise you? The only difference is it's a special kind of covering on Ressa and people like Ressa. Hey girl. Um, that ex-wife was everything. It was everything. You want to hear what a conversation gonna sound like if you call me? Like that. You want to know why? Because I'm a woman first. I'm a woman first. And even in those conversations that I have had with the mothers of my husband's children, it was always, I'm going to respect you as a woman and as a mother to the child that I say I love. And I'm also going to let you know, now this is just me, this where the hood come in. Bitch, you don't got to talk about my husband because that's my husband. That's your ex, but it's my husband. So if I didn't ask you to talk about him, you can't be disrespectful. If you want me to help you or if you want me to be the middle person, you can't be disrespectful. If you're upset about anything, that's what you talk about with your homegirls, but you don't call me and be disrespectful about my husband. Whatever y'all got going on, that's between y'all, but I will help. Now, in certain situations and ones that look like this, it would have sounded exactly like the ex-wife. Um, she comforted her. She let her know it was okay. Ressa assured her that she would not be calling her back. That it wasn't going to be like an ongoing thing where I'm bothering you, but I needed to know these answers. The ex-wife was very understanding that I get why you would want to know these answers. And if I could speed along the process that I had to find out on my own kind of mentality is what you could tell she was doing. Um, no, it really is no reason for us to be nasty towards one another. As young girls, I get why they do it because they ain't really been through nothing yet. But and it depends on what they've seen, right? I saw my mother be a stand-up woman when the other my stepmom, now stepmom, but wasn't then, called. I saw what that looked like. My mother could have easily cussed her out. My mother could have easily acted a fool, and she didn't. So because I've seen what that looks like, I've seen what it looks like. You know, my family is from the hood, so and they was, some that are no longer with us was dope dealers. So they had several girlfriends. I saw what it looked like when those women came up, and I saw what it looked like when a real ass woman just either simply let them know, I don't do that. You got a warning first, basically. But it was no reason to be nasty off top because that man that may be great to you right then, that woman clearly went through something with them. When you get a little bit older, you know better. Once you get in a position and the man does amazing things for you, there's things that my husband did for me that people couldn't even believe because apparently he didn't do those for other people, but he shouldn't. I'm his wife and I was his fiance at the time. You do different things. And you sometimes get what you ask for, right? I don't know. Either way, it didn't make me feel like I was better than another woman or to be talking about them or talking to them like they was crazy. They're still the mother of his children. And that to me is all that mattered. I want your life to be easier because guess what? I don't want you all upset trying to raise that child. Who wants an angry parent? People need to think deeper than just themselves, you selfish ass people. And then you wonder why these kids is acting like this. They're upset because you always upset. Oh, mama, can I call my daddy? Yeah, call that punk ass motherfucker. I can't stand his ass anyway. You look just like him. Now, ma'am, why did you have to give that answer? Why couldn't you just say yes? I don't understand. Well, child, the ex-wife done told everything. Even told that, remember the girl that took her to the hospital, she was like, who is Shantae? And is that his sister or whatever like that? No. She talks about an address in Douglasville. Douglasville, that's his ex-girlfriend. That's the ex-girlfriend that called me 6 months before y'all got together. Blah, blah, blah. Say what now? The man ain't right. So before they get off the phone, she says, well, since you say everything that he say is a lie, I got one more question. Ex-wife says, sure. What's the question? She said, how's your daughter? My daughter's fine. What are you talking about? He done unalived an alive person. You do not do that. You don't say stuff like that, because when you say stuff like that, bad things can happen. She didn't even have she couldn't even tell her, y'all. She couldn't tell her. She just left it alone. My phone. She left it alone, but the daughter, y'all, the daughter was alive. This man done unalived. He re-unalived his grandma. He re-unalived her. So that's a little bit different. If you gone, let me tell you, come here. Let me tell you something. If you gonna tell your job that somebody passed away so you can get those days off because you ghetto or you young or whatever, um, don't do it on somebody that's alive. Don't do that. That's terrible. Uh, anyway, so that was all in episode 28. Let me flip my page over. That was all in episode 28. Motherfucker was a liar. He literally liar. He's a lint licker. Y'all remember that commercial? Yeah, I can't imagine. Now, I have had a liar before, and I have had a liar that they could be driving by and I could say, did you just drive by? And we could make eye contact and they would say, mm-mm, I didn't drive by. And I would be like, okay. Or I could say something like, is this you in this picture? Mm-mm, I don't even have social media. But this you talking to your mama. But that's not you. Okay. Episode 29. More lies. More lies. Basically, she now has looked up the with this, her head of course is spinning out of control, because now the question isn't um if you lied. The question is, for her, how much have you lied about? For me, it would have been, how much have you lied about and why are you lying like this? Like, I would have got really scared. I'm not even gonna lie. I'd have been really scared at that point, because I'd have been thinking like, are you wanted by the FBI? At that point, with stuff like that, because now she says she became CIA, FBI, all of these things. Now, no matter what position I had in my company, because she works with patrol or in law enforcement, I'd have went in there and let them know what was going on to protect myself, just in case something happened. And I would also, um, at this point, be like, hold on, let me check my work phone. I would also, at this point, be letting somebody know that everything is going on, and I would be having them run a check to see, sorry, y'all, to see if who this person really is, because now I'm scared. Now I don't understand. Um, and now I need to be safe and I need to get this person out of my house and away from me. That would have been how I would have been thinking. Okay, perfect. That would have been how I would have been thinking. But I digress. She moved very fast. She looks up the obituary for the mother, and there's a different wife on there. In a nutshell, there is a different wife. In a nutshell, it is 3 children. It is 3 boys. It is no 2 girls. So another confirmation, aside from just the ex-wife saying it, but it's no, it's no sisters on there. And it is another woman as the wife. She cannot figure out what the hell is going on at this point. What is her life was really not, um, and who she is married to. Too fast and too curious then got her out of control, don't it? Well, that's it. If you want to see the recap, that is the recap. So number 30, we can skip over that one. Tomorrow we will be doing number 31 through 35. Oh, happy birthday to my sister, my little sister. It's her birthday today. So that's me out here trying to get stuff that I need to get, that I went to get last night, and the people wasn't there. They just left me standing at the register. So I had to go because I had a line. But anyway, happy birthday to my one and no, it's not my one and only little sister, but my little sister. The one I love the most, born on today. The one that bore my niece and nephew, who I love like they came out of my womb, and we had to convince them that they did not. I mean, convinced, because they did not believe it, especially my niece. And she has my name. So she truly believed that I birthed her when I did not. I think she still does. Either way, I love my sister. She is an amazing and smart person, and you will never ever see her in front of this camera. She's not going to do it. However, she does my graphics and things like that. So say happy birthday to my sister. And that is it from me. You guys enjoy your day. I will see you tomorrow 2 times. I will see you at lunchtime to do the reaction video, and then I will also see you tomorrow night, where we are going to be celebrating Friday Eve and playing our game. I also need to upload one more video because I need to pick a dress for Saturday that I need to wear out. Everything I have ordered that has come in is too big. Apparently, I don't know my new size again, but you guys can help me pick. So when I upload that, please help me pick as well. You guys have an amazing day. Eat some good food today. Eat something good and tell me what the hell you ate, because my appetite these days, that Wegovy shot really makes you not hungry, and it makes you not crave things. So I'll probably be having water with flavored ice for lunch. But either way, have a good day. Thank you for joining. See you later.